Ladies and gentlemen, in a world filled with distractions, the greatest skill you can develop is focus. Your ability to concentrate on what truly matters will determine the strength of your mind and the success of your life. Let me tell you something, focus is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. But just like a muscle, if you neglect it, it weakens. Many people struggle in life not because they lack potential, but because they lack focus. They start something, but distractions pull them in different directions. Distraction is the enemy of progress. In a world full of distractions, the ability to focus is not just a skill, it is a superpower. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, and every success story has one thing in common: a mind that was focused, disciplined, and locked in on a goal. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not intelligence, talent, or luck. It is the power of focus. When you develop the ability to concentrate your energy on what truly matters, you become unstoppable. Your mind strengthens, your decisions become clearer, and your actions become more effective. But here's the truth. Focus is not something you are born with, it is something you train. Just like a muscle, the more you exercise your focus, the stronger it becomes. But if you neglect it, it weakens. And in today's fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere, stealing your attention and weakening your mind. Social media, endless notifications, negative conversations, and mindless entertainment, all of these compete for your focus. And if you allow them to control you, they will steal your potential. How many dreams have been delayed? How many goals have been abandoned simply because of a lack of focus? The sad reality is that most people never reach their full potential, not because they aren't capable, but because they are constantly distracted. The strongest minds belong to those who have mastered the ability to focus. They don't allow themselves to be pulled in every direction. They choose where to place their attention, and they guard it like a treasure. Because they understand one thing: where your focus goes, your energy flows. If you focus on problems, your mind will be filled with stress, anxiety, and frustration. But if you focus on solutions, your mind will become sharp, creative, and powerful. If you focus on negativity, your life will feel heavy and hopeless. But if you focus on growth, learning, and progress, you will rise above any challenge that comes your way. Success is not about doing more, it's about doing less. A scattered mind produces scattered results, but a focused mind creates greatness. The most successful people in the world don't try to do everything at once. They choose a few key things and give them their full attention. They understand that deep work, uninterrupted, focused effort is the secret to extraordinary results. Imagine this: if you spend just 2 hours a day in deep, focused work, cutting out distractions, you will accomplish more in 1 year than most people do in 5. That is the power of concentration. Your focus is shaped by what you consume. Your mind becomes what you feed it. If you fill it with negativity, mindless entertainment, and meaningless distractions, don't be surprised when your life reflects that. But if you fill it with knowledge, purpose, and discipline, your mind will become strong, sharp, and unshakable. Every day you have a choice. Will you let distractions control you, or will you take control of your focus? It takes discipline to train your focus. It takes effort to shut out distractions and direct your energy toward meaningful work. But the reward is worth it. A focused mind is a powerful mind. A focused mind is a resilient mind. It does not break under pressure, it sharpens under pressure. Every time you train yourself to focus, you are strengthening your ability to handle challenges, to think clearly, and to take decisive action. And the stronger your mind becomes, the more unstoppable you become. Some people say they can't focus, but the truth is, everyone focuses on something. The question is, are you focusing on the right things? Are you focusing on growth, success, and discipline, or are you focusing on distractions, negativity, and entertainment? Because whatever you focus on expands. If you want to change your life, Start by changing your focus. If you want to build a strong mind, train yourself to focus on what truly matters. The road to success is not complicated, but it requires focus. It requires saying no to distractions, no to wasted time, no to anything that does not serve your purpose. It requires locking in on your goals and refusing to be pulled away by things that don't matter. Most people fail not because they lack potential, but because they lack focus. They get distracted, they lose momentum, and they give up too soon. But those who stay focused, those who train their minds to concentrate on their vision, are the ones who achieve greatness. So I challenge you today, take control of your focus. Start small, turn off distractions, set clear goals, train your mind to lock in on your dreams, and refuse to be swayed by anything that does not align with your purpose. Because the more you focus, the stronger your mind will become. And when your mind is strong, nothing can stop you. In a world filled with distractions, your ability to focus determines your success. The difference between those who achieve great things and those who remain stuck is not intelligence or talent, but the ability to control where they direct their attention. The mind is a powerful tool, but only when it is trained. If you allow distractions to dictate your actions, your potential will be wasted. But if you take control of your focus, your mind will become sharper, stronger, and more resilient than ever before. Think about how much time people waste on things that don't matter. They scroll endlessly on social media, engage in meaningless conversations, or spend hours consuming entertainment that adds no value to their lives. And then they wonder why they are not making progress. The truth is simple. Your energy flows where your attention goes. If you focus on problems, your life will be filled with stress and negativity. But if you focus on solutions, you will develop a mindset that finds opportunities even in the hardest situations. If you focus on what is missing in your life, you will always feel like something is lacking. But if you focus on what you can build, what you can improve, and what you can control, you will take charge of your destiny. The mind is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. But if you let it become weak, it will fail you when you need it the most. Just as an athlete strengthens their body through disciplined training, you must strengthen your mind through disciplined focus. Every day you have a choice to let distractions control you or to take control of your focus. Every time you resist the urge to waste time on unimportant things and instead direct your energy towards something meaningful, you are building mental strength. And the stronger your mind becomes, the more unstoppable you will be. People often say they can't focus, but that's not true. Everyone focuses on something. The problem is that most people focus on the wrong things. They focus on what others are doing instead of focusing on their own growth. They focus on their past mistakes instead of learning from them and moving forward. They focus on temporary pleasure instead of long-term success. And as a result, they never reach their full potential. If you want to change your life, you must change your focus. You must train yourself to direct your attention to what truly matters and block out everything that doesn't serve your purpose. The most successful people in the world are not those who try to do everything. They are the ones who know how to focus on what is most important. They don't waste time on distractions because they understand that time is the most valuable resource they have. Once it's gone forever. So they guard their time, they guard their attention, and they direct their energy toward the things that bring them closer to their goals. This is what separates the great from the average. This is what makes the difference between success and failure. Imagine what you could accomplish if you committed to 2 hours of deep, focused work every day. No distractions, no unnecessary interruptions. Just pure concentration on something that moves your life forward. If you did this consistently, you would achieve more in 1 year than most people do in 5. That is the power of focus. It allows you to maximize your potential, increase your productivity, and create extraordinary results. But focus is not just about work. It is about life. It is about choosing what to give your energy to. If you focus on toxic people, negativity, and drama, your mind will become filled with chaos. But if you focus on personal growth, positivity, and purpose, your mind will become a powerful force that propels you towards success. You must be intentional about what you allow into your mind, because whatever you focus on expands. If you focus on fear, fear will control you. But if you focus on courage, you will develop the strength to overcome any challenge. It takes discipline to train your focus. It takes effort to resist distractions and stay committed to your goals. But the reward is worth it. A focused mind is an unshakable mind. It does not break under pressure, it sharpens under pressure. The more you train yourself to focus, the more resilient you become. And when life throws obstacles your way, you won't be overwhelmed, you will be prepared. Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they lack focus. They get distracted, they lose sight of their vision, and they give up too soon. But those who train their minds to stay focused, those who refuse to let distractions steal their time and energy, are the ones who achieve greatness. So I challenge you today, take control of your focus. Train your mind like a warrior trains for battle. Eliminate distractions. Set clear goals. Commit to deep, meaningful work. Choose what deserves your attention and block out everything else. Because the more you focus, the stronger your mind will become. And when your mind is strong, nothing can stop you. Stay focused, stay strong, stay unstoppable. In a world where distractions are everywhere, your ability to focus is what separates you from the rest. The mind is a battlefield, and every day you must decide whether you will take control of your focus or let it be hijacked by meaningless distractions. The strength of your mind is not determined by how much information you consume, but by how well you can direct your attention to what truly matters. The stronger your focus, the stronger your mind. The weaker your focus, the weaker your mind. Every great achievement in history was made possible by individuals who mastered the ability to concentrate their energy on a single goal, refusing to be swayed by distractions or setbacks. Most people live their lives in a constant state of mental chaos. Their thoughts are scattered, their actions are inconsistent, and their results are mediocre. They jump from one idea to another, from one goal to the next, never committing long enough to achieve mastery. They allow their attention to be pulled in 1,000 different directions, wondering why they never make real progress. The truth is, if you cannot control your focus, you cannot control your future. Your success depends on your ability to lock in on your vision and block out everything that does not contribute to your growth. Focus is not about doing more, it is about doing less, but doing it with greater intensity. The greatest minds in history, from inventors to leaders to world-class athletes, did not spread their attention thin. They concentrated on one thing, mastered it, and changed the world. You cannot be great at anything if your focus is divided. A scattered mind produces scattered results, but a mind that is fully engaged, fully locked in, becomes a force of nature. If you want to strengthen your mind, you must discipline yourself to focus on what truly matters. Even when distractions tempt you to look away, your focus is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. But if you neglect it, it weakens. Just as you would not expect to build a strong body without regular training, you cannot expect to build a strong mind without developing the ability to focus. Every time you resist the urge to check your phone, to waste time on meaningless activities, or to give in to distractions, you are strengthening your focus. And every time you let distractions win, you are weakening it. There are two types of people in the world, those who are controlled by distractions and those who control their focus. The first group lives life reacting to whatever comes their way, never making real progress, always feeling overwhelmed, and always wondering why they never reach their goals. The second group sets clear priorities, eliminates distractions, and commits fully to their vision. These are the people who achieve greatness, who turn dreams into reality, and who inspire the world. The choice is yours. Will you take control of your focus, or will you let distractions take control of you? If you want to see how strong your mind is, look at how well you can focus. Can you sit down and work on a task without getting distracted? Can you commit to a goal and follow through until it is accomplished? Can you resist the urge to waste time on things that do not contribute to your success? If you struggle with focus, do not be discouraged, because just like any skill, it can be developed, but it requires effort, discipline, and consistency. You must train yourself to stay present, to direct your attention intentionally, and to avoid the temptations that pull you away from your goals. The mind craves stimulation, and in today's world, there is no shortage of distractions competing for your attention. Social media, television, endless notifications, and negative influences can all weaken your ability to focus if you allow them to. But just as you can weaken your mind through distractions, you can also strengthen it through discipline. Set boundaries with your time. Remove unnecessary distractions from your environment. Create habits that reinforce deep work and concentration. Protect your mind like you would protect something valuable, because your ability to focus is one of the most valuable assets you have. Imagine what you could achieve if you spent just a few hours every day in deep, uninterrupted focus. If you dedicated your energy to mastering your craft, improving your skills, and pushing yourself to new levels of excellence, where would you be in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? The truth is, most people never realize their full potential because they never develop the ability to focus long enough to make significant progress. But those who do, they become unstoppable. The mind is a powerful tool, but only if you learn to control it. If you allow your attention to be scattered, but if you take charge of your focus, if you train your mind to lock in on your goals with unwavering determination, there will be no limit to what you can achieve. So I challenge you today, take control of your focus. Stop allowing distractions to steal your time and energy. Train your mind like a warrior trains for battle. Strengthen your focus, and you will strengthen your mind. Because the more you focus, the stronger you become. And when your mind is strong, nothing can stop you. Stay disciplined. The strength of your mind is not determined by the number of thoughts you have, but by the quality of thoughts you choose to focus on. Every day, thousands of ideas and distractions compete for your attention. But the mind that is truly strong is the one that learns to focus only on what truly matters. A weak mind is easily swayed by distractions, consumed by negativity, and overwhelmed by self-doubt. A strong mind, however, is disciplined, intentional, and unwavering in its pursuit of excellence. The more you focus, the stronger your mind becomes. The more you allow your attention to be scattered, the weaker you become. Think about it. Every person you admire, every individual who has accomplished great things, has mastered the ability to focus. They have learned to tune out the noise, ignore the distractions, and channel their energy into a single direction. They are not constantly switching from one goal to the next or getting lost in meaningless activities. They commit to their vision, and they stay with it until they see results. This is the key to developing an unshakable mind. It is not about having more intelligence, more resources, or more talent. It is about having the ability to lock in on a goal and give it everything you have, no matter what obstacles come your way. Most people never experience the true power of their minds because they never learn to control their focus. They spend their days reacting to whatever comes their way, allowing their attention to be pulled in 1,000 different directions. They wake up in the morning with no clear purpose, no structured plan, and no discipline to eliminate distractions. As a result, their progress is slow, their confidence is weak, and their potential is never fully realized. But the ones who rise above, the ones who make a difference, are those who take control of their focus and refuse to waste their mental energy on things that do not serve them. If you want to build a stronger mind, you must become intentional about where you direct your focus. You must train yourself to resist distractions, to stay committed even when things get difficult, and to push through the mental barriers that try to hold you back. This is not easy. In a world filled with endless entertainment, social media, and quick gratification, focus has become a rare skill, but it is also the most valuable skill. The person who can focus deeply on their goals without being pulled away by trivial distractions will always have the advantage. They will always accomplish more, grow faster, and achieve things that others only dream about. Your mind is like a muscle. If you train it to focus, it will grow stronger. But if you constantly allow distractions to take over, it will weaken. Every time you resist the temptation to check your phone, to waste time on meaningless conversations, or to engage in habits that drain your energy, you are strengthening your mind. Every time you discipline yourself to stay focused on your work, to push through boredom, and to complete what you start, you are developing the mental strength that separates high achievers from the rest. The strongest minds belong to those who have mastered the art of deep focus. They are not easily discouraged because they do not allow themselves to be distracted by temporary failures. They do not give up when things get hard because they have trained their minds to stay locked in on the bigger picture. They understand that success is not about doing 100 different things halfway. It is about doing a few things with full commitment. When you strengthen your focus, you develop the ability to persevere, to maintain clarity under pressure, and to keep moving forward even when everything around you is trying to pull you off course. The world will always try to test your focus. It will throw distractions in your path, tempt you with easy alternatives, and challenge your ability to stay disciplined. But if you want to succeed, you must rise above these challenges. You must build the kind of mental strength that allows you to stay on track no matter what. This means setting clear priorities, eliminating anything that does not contribute to your growth, and training yourself to focus deeply on the things that truly matter. It means recognizing that every moment of distraction is a moment taken away from your progress. Imagine where you could be 1 year from now if you committed to strengthening your focus. Imagine the skills you could master, the knowledge you could gain, the goals you could achieve. Now compare that to where you will be if you continue to let distractions control your life. The difference is massive. Your future is shaped by the level of focus you develop today. The people who build strong minds are not special. They have simply made the decision to take control of their attention, to eliminate what does not serve them, and to commit fully to their personal growth. A focused mind is a powerful mind. It sees opportunities where others see obstacles. It stays motivated where others lose interest. It pushes through difficulties where others give up. The stronger your focus, the stronger your mind. The stronger your mind, the greater your success. So I challenge you today, take control of your focus. Train your mind to be disciplined, eliminate distractions, and commit to the path of mastery. If you do this, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Stay focused, stay strong, and watch as your mind becomes unstoppable. The human mind is one of the most powerful tools in existence. Yet most people never tap into its full potential because they fail to focus. The mind is like a lens. When it is scattered, it cannot produce a clear image. But when it is focused, it has the power to magnify, to sharpen, and to bring to life the vision you hold within you. The strength of your mind is not determined by how much information you consume or how many thoughts pass through your head each day. It is determined by your ability to direct your focus toward what truly matters. Focus is the key to mastery. Every great achievement in history has been the result of focused effort, not scattered attention. The athletes who rise to the top, the entrepreneurs who change industries, the artists who create masterpieces, all of them have mastered the ability to eliminate distractions and direct their energy toward their goals. They are not constantly switching between 100 different tasks or chasing every new opportunity that comes their way. They are disciplined. They stay committed to their craft, refining their skills over time, building an unshakable foundation of expertise. This is what separates those who succeed from those who merely dream. Most people struggle with focus because they have never trained their minds to resist distraction. They allow external forces, social media, television, gossip, trivial obligations, to pull their attention in different directions, leaving them exhausted and unproductive. They convince themselves that multitasking is the answer, but in reality, trying to do too many things at once only weakens their ability to perform at a high level. A scattered mind is an ineffective mind. If you cannot direct your mental energy toward a single pursuit, you will never develop the level of depth and understanding required for true success. The secret to building a stronger mind lies in your ability to control where your attention goes. Your energy flows where your focus goes. If you spend your days thinking about things that do not serve your growth, you are weakening your mind. If you constantly allow yourself to be distracted by temporary pleasures, you are robbing yourself of long-term fulfillment. But if you discipline yourself to focus on what truly matters, your goals, your personal development, your long-term vision, you will begin to strengthen your mind in ways you never thought possible. Training your focus is like training a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you resist the urge to check your phone when you should be working, you are building mental discipline. Every time you push through distractions and stay committed to a task until it is completed, you are strengthening your ability to concentrate. And every time you prioritize deep, meaningful work over shallow, surface-level engagement, you are reinforcing the habits that lead to success. Most people avoid this kind of mental training because it requires effort. It is easier to give in to distractions, to procrastinate, to let your mind wander. But easy choices lead to a weak mind, and a weak mind leads to a weak life. The people who accomplish the most in life are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who have learned to focus relentlessly on their vision. They do not waste time on things that do not align with their purpose. They are not easily swayed by the opinions of others. They do not allow temporary setbacks to derail their progress. They understand that success is not about doing more, it is about doing the right things with full concentration and commitment. If you want to strengthen your mind, you must become ruthless about where you invest your attention. Stop letting distractions dictate your schedule. Stop allowing meaningless entertainment to consume hours of your day. Stop engaging in conversations and activities that add no real value to your life. Instead, choose to focus. Choose to pour your energy into personal growth, into skill development, into building something meaningful. Choose to give your full attention to the things that move you forward. Imagine the progress you could make if you dedicated yourself fully to one pursuit instead of dividing your energy across multiple distractions. Imagine the level of expertise you could develop if you committed to deep, focused work instead of constantly seeking quick wins. Imagine how much stronger your mind would be if you trained it to resist instant gratification and instead embrace the process of mastery. A strong mind is built through consistent focus, through discipline, through the ability to direct attention where it truly matters. This is why the most successful people in the world do not waste time on things that do not align with their vision. They understand that every moment spent in distraction is a moment stolen from their potential. They are intentional with their time, deliberate with their efforts, and uncompromising with their focus. You have the power to shape your future by strengthening your focus today. The more you train yourself to concentrate, the more control you will gain over your mind. The more you resist distractions, the sharper your thinking will become. And the more you commit to focused action, the greater your results will be. Success does not happen by accident, it happens by design. And the foundation of that design is focus. So starting today, make a decision. Decide that you will no longer allow distractions to weaken your mind. Decide that you will take control of your focus and direct it toward the things that truly matter. Decide that you will train your mind to be strong, disciplined, and unshakable in the face of distractions. Because the stronger your focus, the stronger your mind. And the stronger your mind, the greater your ability to create the life you desire. The mind is like a powerful engine, capable of incredible feats, but only if it is directed with precision. Most people live their lives without ever realizing the potential of their own minds because they never take the time to sharpen their focus. They allow distractions, external influences, and fleeting emotions to dictate their actions, never truly harnessing the strength that lies within them. A strong mind is not something you are born with. It is something you build. It is forged through discipline, shaped by habits, and strengthened through consistent focus. The more you concentrate on what truly matters, the more powerful your mind becomes, and the more control you gain over your destiny. In today's world, distractions are everywhere: social media, television, endless notifications. Everything is designed to steal your attention. The average person finds it difficult to focus on one task for more than a few minutes before their mind begins to wander. This constant distraction weakens the mind, making it restless, unfocused, and easily overwhelmed. But those who succeed, those who achieve greatness, have trained themselves to rise above the noise. They have learned the power of deep concentration, the ability to block out distractions and commit fully to their goals. They understand that their greatest asset is not time, but attention. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, and where your energy flows, results follow. A weak mind is easily swayed by external circumstances. It is reactive, jumping from one thing to another, unable to commit, unable to endure. A strong mind, on the other hand, is unshakable. It does not bend under pressure or become discouraged by temporary setbacks. It remains focused, persistent, and resilient regardless of what is happening around it. This level of mental strength does not come naturally. It must be cultivated. And the way to cultivate it is through focus. The more you train your mind to concentrate, the stronger it becomes. The more you resist distractions, the greater your ability to achieve anything you set your sights on. Building a strong mind begins with eliminating mental clutter. Just as a cluttered room makes it difficult to find what you need, a cluttered mind makes it difficult to think clearly and act decisively. Many people spend their days consumed by unnecessary worries, trivial concerns, and unproductive thoughts. They allow negativity, fear, and self-doubt to take up space in their minds, leaving little room for clarity and purpose. But a strong mind does not entertain every thought that enters it. It is selective. It filters out distractions and focuses only on what is essential. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen your mind is to develop the habit of deep work. Deep work is the ability to focus intensely on a single task for an extended period without distractions. It requires discipline, patience, and deliberate practice. When you engage in deep work, you enter a state of flow, a state where your mind operates at its highest level, where creativity flourishes, and where progress is made at an accelerated rate. But most people never experience this state because they are constantly interrupted. They check their phones, switch between tasks, and allow their minds to be pulled in a dozen different directions. This weakens their ability to concentrate, making them less productive, less creative, and less capable of achieving their full potential. To train your mind, you must practice controlling your attention. Just like a muscle, focus grows stronger with use. Start by setting aside dedicated time for deep, uninterrupted work. Turn off notifications, remove distractions, and commit fully to the task at hand. At first, your mind will resist. It will crave stimulation, seeking out the quick dopamine hits that come from checking social media or switching to something easier. But if you push through this resistance, your ability to concentrate will improve. Over time, you will find it easier to stay focused for longer periods. And as your focus strengthens, so will your mind. Another key to mental strength is mastering your emotion. Many people allow their emotions to control their actions. They become distracted by frustration, anger, or self-doubt, allowing these feelings to dictate their behavior. But a strong mind is not ruled by emotions, it is ruled by discipline. It acknowledges emotions, but does not let them interfere with purpose. When difficulties arise, it does not react impulsively. Instead, it remains steady, making decisions based on logic and long-term vision, rather than short-term feelings. Mental strength also requires patience. In a world that glorifies instant results, most people lack the patience to stay committed to a goal for an extended period. They start something with excitement, but the moment they face resistance, they give up and move on to something else. This cycle repeats endlessly, leaving them with nothing but a string of unfinished projects and unrealized dreams. But those with strong minds understand that true success takes time. They are willing to put in the effort day after day, even when progress seems slow, even when results are not immediate. They trust the process and remain committed, knowing that consistency is the key to long-term achievement. A strong mind also demands self-control. Every day you are faced with choices that either strengthen or weaken your mind. Do you choose to push through discomfort or give in to distraction? Do you choose to stay disciplined or make excuses? Do you choose growth or stagnation? Every decision you make shapes your mental strength. Small acts of discipline add up over time, building resilience, determination, and inner power. At its core, mental strength is about taking responsibility. It is about recognizing that you are in control of your focus, your thoughts, and your actions. It is about refusing to let external circumstances dictate your success. It is about stepping up, showing up, and doing the work every single day. Because the truth is, your mind will either be your greatest asset or your greatest obstacle. The choice is yours. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. The stronger it becomes, the more unstoppable you will be. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess, yet most people never tap into its full potential. It is the command center of your thoughts, decisions, and actions, shaping every aspect of your life. But just like any tool, its effectiveness depends on how well it is used. A scattered, unfocused mind leads to scattered results. A disciplined, focused mind, however, becomes an unstoppable force capable of achieving greatness. Strengthening your mind is not about intelligence or talent. It is about conditioning it to stay sharp, resilient, and unwavering in the face of distractions and obstacles. The more you cultivate focus, the stronger your mind becomes. And the stronger your mind becomes, the more control you gain over your life. Most people allow external influences to dictate their thoughts. They absorb negativity from the media, distractions from social platforms, and unsolicited opinions from others. Their minds become cluttered, unable to concentrate on what truly matters. A strong mind, however, filters out the noise. It does not entertain every passing thought or concern. It does not allow distractions to dictate its direction. It remains locked in on the vision ahead, refusing to be pulled in 100 different directions. The ability to concentrate deeply on one thing at a time is a skill that sets apart those who succeed from those who do not. Those who master their focus master their destiny. Every day, countless distractions compete for your attention. Emails, messages, advertisements, and entertainment are all designed to steal your focus. Most people surrender to these distractions without realizing the cost. They bounce between tasks, never fully committing to anything, leaving a trail of unfinished goals and wasted potential. They mistake being busy for being productive, unaware that true progress only comes when the mind is fully engaged in a single pursuit. The more fragmented your attention, the weaker your mind becomes. But when you learn to resist distractions and focus intensely on what truly matters, your mental strength grows exponentially. Training your mind to be strong starts with conscious effort. The first step is becoming aware of how often your focus is being hijacked. Pay attention to the moments when you feel the urge to check your phone, scroll through social media, or switch between tasks. Each time you give in, you weaken your ability to concentrate. But every time you resist, you build mental discipline. Just like a muscle, focus strengthens with use. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to stay locked in on a task for extended periods. Over time, what once felt impossible, hours of deep, undistracted work become second nature. A strong mind also requires resilience. Life is filled with setbacks, obstacles, and moments of doubt. Many people crumble under pressure, allowing fear, anxiety, or discouragement to paralyze them. They give up the moment things get difficult, assuming they are not capable of overcoming adversity. But those with strong minds understand that challenges are not roadblocks. They are tests of endurance. They do not run from struggle. They embrace it as a necessary part of growth. They develop the ability to push through discomfort, knowing that every time they overcome a challenge, their mind grows stronger. Discipline is another key to mental strength. Most people rely on motivation, waiting until they feel inspired to take action. But motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes, and if you depend on it, you will never achieve lasting success. A strong mind does not wait to feel ready. It takes action regardless of how it feels. It shows up every day, even when tired, even when uninspired, even when the temptation to quit is overwhelming. This consistency builds an unbreakable mindset, one that is not swayed by fleeting emotions, but driven by long-term vision. To strengthen your mind, you must also control your environment. Your surroundings influence your thoughts, behaviors, and focus more than you realize. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, distractions, and people who do not support your growth, your mind will struggle to stay strong. But if you intentionally create an environment that fuels your focus, one free from distractions and filled with inspiration, your mind will thrive. Eliminate the things that weaken your mental state. Replace them with habits, routines, and influences that reinforce your strength. One of the most powerful ways to build mental resilience is to develop the ability to manage emotions. Many people allow their emotions to dictate their decisions. They become reactive, making choices based on frustration, fear, or impatience rather than logic and wisdom. But a strong mind does not act on impulse. It pauses, evaluates, and responds with clarity. It does not let temporary feelings dictate long-term results. This emotional control allows it to remain steady even in the most chaotic situations, ensuring that decisions are made with wisdom rather than regret. A strong mind is also built through patience. In a world that glorifies instant gratification, most people lack the patience to see things through. They start projects with excitement but quit when progress slows. They expect quick results, and when they do not see them, they assume they are failing. But true success is never instant. It is built through consistency, persistence, and an unwavering commitment to long-term goals. Those who cultivate patience develop minds that can withstand frustration, setbacks, and uncertainty. They trust the process, knowing that real progress happens in small, daily steps. Ultimately, strengthening your mind is about taking control. It is about refusing to let distractions, emotions, or circumstances dictate your path. It is about becoming intentional with your focus, disciplined with your actions, and resilient in the face of adversity. Your mind can be your greatest weapon or your greatest weakness. The choice is yours. The more you train it, the more powerful it becomes. And when your mind is strong, nothing can stand in your way. Your thoughts shape your reality. Every action you take, every decision you make, and every outcome you experience begins with a thought. The mind is the control center of your life, dictating how you perceive challenges, opportunities, and yourself. The stronger your thoughts, the stronger your mind becomes. But strength does not come automatically. It is built through conscious effort, discipline, and repetition. The way you think, the beliefs you hold, and the focus you maintain determine whether your mind will work for you or against you. Most people underestimate the power of their own thoughts. They allow negative ideas to take root, convincing themselves they are not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough to achieve their goals. They entertain doubt, fear, and hesitation, weakening their mental state without realizing it. Over time, these thoughts become patterns, shaping their reality into one of limitation rather than possibility. But those who recognize the influence of their thoughts understand that they have the power to reprogram their minds. They choose to replace negative thinking with empowering beliefs, knowing that what they focus on expands. A strong mind begins with awareness. Most people operate on autopilot, reacting to life rather than intentionally shaping it. They let circumstances dictate their emotions, and external events determine their internal state. But those who train their minds understand that they are in control. They pay attention to their thoughts, identifying patterns that weaken them and replacing them with ones that strengthen them. Instead of dwelling on problems, they focus on solutions. Instead of allowing fear to paralyze them, they use it as fuel to push forward. This shift in mindset is the foundation of mental strength. One of the greatest truths about the mind is that it believes whatever you tell it repeatedly. If you constantly feed it thoughts of doubt and failure, it will accept them as reality. But if you consistently affirm your strengths, capabilities, and potential, it will internalize those beliefs as well. This is why successful people guard their thoughts carefully. They do not entertain negativity, self-pity, or excuses. They speak to themselves with confidence, affirming their ability to overcome any obstacle. This mental conditioning strengthens their resilience, making them unstoppable in the pursuit of their goals. The way you think also determines how you respond to adversity. Everyone faces challenges, but the difference between those who succeed and those who give up is how they interpret them. A weak mind sees failure as a reason to quit. A strong mind sees failure as a lesson, an opportunity to grow, and a necessary step towards success. Instead of being discouraged by setbacks, they analyze what went wrong, adjust their approach, and keep moving forward. They do not allow temporary obstacles to shake their long-term vision. Their thoughts remain locked on the end goal, no matter what stands in their way. To strengthen your mind, you must also become intentional about what you consume. Just as your body is shaped by the food you eat, your mind is shaped by the information you absorb. Most people fill their minds with negativity, news that breeds fear, entertainment that promotes distractions, and conversations that reinforce limitations. But those who understand the power of their thoughts carefully curate what they allow in. They read books that inspire, listen to speakers who motivate, and surround themselves with people who uplift. They understand that everything they expose their minds to either strengthens or weakens their mental state. Another key to mental strength is the ability to control emotions. Many people allow their emotions to dictate their actions, making impulsive decisions based on temporary feelings. They react instead of respond, allowing anger, frustration, or fear to take control. But those with strong minds master their emotions rather than being mastered by them. They do not suppress their feelings, but they do not let them dictate their choices either. They develop the discipline to pause, reflect, and choose the best course of action, ensuring that their decisions align with their long-term goals rather than short-term impulses. Training your mind also requires developing a strong sense of focus. Most people struggle with concentration, constantly jumping from one task to another, allowing distractions to pull them away from what truly matters. This weakens their ability to think deeply, solve problems, and achieve mastery. But those who build mental strength practice deep focus. They eliminate distractions, dedicate uninterrupted time to their goals, and train their minds to sustain attention for extended periods. This ability to focus gives them an edge in every area of life, allowing them to accomplish more in a few hours than most people do in an entire day. The strongest minds are also the most disciplined. They do not wait for motivation to take action. They rely on habits and consistency. Most people wait until they feel inspired to work toward their goals, but inspiration is unreliable. A strong mind does not depend on feelings. It operates on commitment. It shows up every day, even when it does not feel like it. It pushes forward when the excitement wears off and stays disciplined even when results are not immediate. This consistency builds unshakable mental toughness, ensuring progress even in the face of difficulties. Ultimately, strengthening your mind is about taking responsibility for your thoughts. It is about recognizing that every belief you hold, every word you speak to yourself, and every thought you entertain shapes your future. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the architect of your own mind. The more you focus on strengthening your thoughts, the more powerful your mind becomes. And when your mind is strong, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Your mind is your greatest asset, yet most people never realize its full potential because they do not take the time to strengthen it. The stronger your mind, the more control you have over your actions, emotions, and outcomes in life. Mental strength is not something you are born with. It is something you build, just like a muscle. The more you train your mind, the more resilient, disciplined, and focused you become. But this requires effort, consistency, and a willingness to push beyond comfort. One of the most important aspects of mental strength is self-discipline. The mind naturally seeks comfort and pleasure, avoiding anything that feels difficult or uncertain. Most people give in to these tendencies, choosing what is easy over what is necessary. But those who understand the power of a strong mind do not let temporary discomfort dictate their actions. They commit to discipline, doing what needs to be done regardless of how they feel. They train themselves to wake up early, stay focused, and push forward even when they do not feel like it. This consistency builds an unshakable mindset that allows them to achieve their goals no matter the obstacles. A strong mind is also built through overcoming challenges. Every difficulty you face is an opportunity to strengthen your mental resilience. Most people view obstacles as reasons to quit, but those with strong minds see them as stepping stones. When they encounter a setback, they do not ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, they ask, "What can I learn from this?" They do not allow failures to define them. They use them as lessons to grow. The more challenges you overcome, the stronger your mind becomes, preparing you for even greater challenges ahead. Another crucial aspect of mental strength is mastering your emotions. Many people allow their emotions to control them, making impulsive decisions based on temporary feelings. They react instead of responding, allowing fear, frustration, or doubt to dictate their choices. But a strong mind does not operate this way. It acknowledges emotions without being controlled by them. It takes a step back, analyzes the situation, and makes decisions based on logic and long-term goals rather than immediate feelings. This ability to control emotions is one of the most powerful traits of mentally strong individuals. Focus is another key element of a strong mind. Most people struggle to concentrate because they are constantly distracted by social media, notifications, and unnecessary entertainment. They jump from one task to another without finishing anything, weakening their ability to sustain attention. But those who train their minds, eliminate distractions, and develop deep focus, they set clear priorities and dedicate uninterrupted time to important tasks. They understand that success comes from sustained effort over time, not from constantly switching between tasks. The more you focus, the stronger your mind becomes, and the more effective you are in everything you do. Mentally strong individuals also cultivate positive self-talk. The way you speak to yourself matters more than you realize. Most people fill their minds with doubt, negativity, and limitations, telling themselves they are not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But a strong mind rejects these thoughts and replaces them with empowering beliefs. It affirms strengths, capabilities, and potential. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," it says, "I will find a way." Instead of thinking, "I am not good enough," it reminds itself, "I am improving every day." This constant reinforcement builds confidence, shaping a mindset of success. Surrounding yourself with the right influences is also essential for mental strength. Your mind absorbs the energy of the people you spend the most time with. If you are surrounded by negativity, doubt, and mediocrity, your thoughts will reflect those influences. But if you surround yourself with ambitious, disciplined, and positive individuals, your mind will absorb their mindset as well. This is why successful people carefully choose who they associate with. They spend time with those who challenge them to grow, support their goals, and push them to be better. Training your mind also involves embracing discomfort. Growth does not happen in comfort zones. Most people avoid discomfort, staying where they feel safe and familiar. But those who develop mental strength understand that discomfort is a sign of growth. They push themselves beyond their limits, taking on challenges that force them to adapt and improve. They willingly put themselves in situations that test their resilience because they know that every challenge makes them stronger. The more you embrace discomfort, the more capable you become of handling anything life throws at you. Taking responsibility for your life is another key trait of a strong mind. Weak-minded individuals blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for their failures. They make excuses and wait for things to change. But mentally strong individuals take full responsibility for where they are in life. They do not waste time complaining about what they cannot control. They focus on what they can control. They take ownership of their decisions, actions, and mindset, knowing that they alone are responsible for their success or failure. This level of accountability gives them the power to shape their future. Ultimately, mental strength is about consistency. It is not something you develop overnight. It is something you build daily through discipline, focus, and perseverance. The more you train your mind, the stronger it becomes. The stronger your mind, the more control you have over your life. And when you develop an unshakable mindset, nothing can stop you from achieving the success, happiness, and fulfillment you desire.